This is the Scorecard, where you score the latest sports news and in-depth views. I'm Anton Roxas. On the Scorecard tonight, Jhul Ian Cañalita breaks 27-year Palarong Pambansa 5,000-meter record. Matthew Diaz strikes gold as weightlifting returns to Palarong Pambansa. In the NCAA, San Sebastian sweeps EAC to close NCAA Season 100 men's volleyball. Rays extend winning streak to 6 with late surge over Twins. The Thunder edge the Wolves to go up 3-1 in the Western Conference Finals. And we get to know one of the NCAA's best middle blockers, Zamantha Nolasco of the Benilde Lady Blazers. All the headlines and more on the Scorecard tonight, the 27th of May. Now, here's our roundup. Jhul Ian Cañalita made waves at the 2025 Palarong Pambansa, smashing a 27-year-old record that had stood since 1998. The 16-year-old runner from Central Visayas dominated the secondary boys' 5,000-meter race, finishing with a time of 15 minutes, 16.31 seconds at the Ferdinand E. Marcos Memorial Stadium in Lawag, Ilocos Norte. This new mark surpassed the previous record of 15 minutes, 38.4 seconds set by Crescencio Cabal in Bacolod almost 3 decades ago. Elmer Dizon from Cagayan Valley took silver, while Welmer Jack Labrador of Western Visayas claimed bronze. Cañalita's strong finish showcased his endurance and strategy, pushing him to lead from the final lap. The crowd erupted in cheers as he crossed the finish line. This performance marks him as one to watch in future national competitions. Cañalita credited his coaches and family for their support and said he's aiming to improve his time even more in upcoming races. Greatness clearly runs in the Diaz family as Matthew, nephew of Olympic champion Heidelin Diaz, captured the gold in the secondary boys 48-kilogram division during the return of weightlifting at the 2025 Palarong Pambansa in Ilocos Norte. Representing Calabarzon, Matthew lifted 73 kilograms in the snatch and sealed the win with a 93-kilogram clean and jerk, claiming the first gold medal of this year's weightlifting competition. Heidelin, who was present at the venue, witnessed the moment. Her nephew carried on the family legacy. The win also marked a historic moment as weightlifting made its comeback to the country's flagship youth sports event after years of absence. Heidelin Diaz was one of the key voices who pushed for the sport's return to the Palaro stage. Weightlifting is currently listed as an exhibition sport at the Palarong Pambansa, joining kickboxing and dance sport in the demo category. San Sebastian College Recoletos dominated Emilio Aguinaldo College, sweeping them 25-16, 25-21, 25-19 to wrap up their NCAA Season 100 men's volleyball campaign at the Phil Oil Center in San Juan. In a fast-paced match lasting an hour and 13 minutes, Kyle Villamor led the charge with 20 points alongside 12 receptions and 5 digs, while Joshua Espinida and Christian Alba pulled down 13 and 10 points respectively for the Golden Stags. The Generals fought hard, with Frelwin Taculog notching 14 points and Joshua Olivo adding 10, but it was not enough to stop San Sebastian's straight-set win. The Golden Stags displayed strong defense and consistent serving, which kept EAC on their toes throughout the match. Both teams traded leads early on, but San Sebastian pulled away in the final set to seal the victory. San Sebastian finished the season with 5 wins and 12 losses, matching EAC's final record, who were one of last season's finalists. In Major League Baseball, Jonathan Aranda's 3-run homer in the 6th inning propelled the Tampa Bay Rays to their 6th straight win, the longest active streak in the majors, as they defeated the Minnesota Twins 7-2. Starter Zach Littell was sharp, pitching 6 1/3 innings, allowing only 1 run on 3 hits, striking out 4 without walking a batter. He improved to 4-5 with his 4th win in 6 starts and is 3-0 in May. Aranda finished 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs and 2 runs scored, while Danny Jansen contributed a 2-run homer. Junior Caminero, Cameron Misner, and Brandon Lowe each had 2 hits as the Rays totaled 13 hits. Minnesota's Carlos Correa blasted a 2-run homer, but the Twins struggled otherwise, getting only 4 singles after that and going 0 for 1 with runners in scoring position. In the 6th, with 2 runners on and Paddock pulled from the game, reliever Brock Stewart faced Aranda, who crushed a 356-foot homer to right field for a 3-0 lead. But Rays reliever Garrett Clevenger immediately gave up a 417-foot homer to Correa to cut the lead to 3-2. The Rays extended their lead in the 8th with Jose Caballero's 2-run double, followed by Jansen's 2-run homer to left field, sealing the final score at 7-2. Now moving on to the NBA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander led the Thunder with 40 points, 9 rebounds, and 10 assists as Oklahoma City held off Minnesota 128-126 in Game 4 in Minneapolis. Jalen Williams added 34 points, including key 3-pointers down the stretch, while Chet Holmgren contributed 21 points. Minnesota's Nickeil Alexander-Walker scored 23 off the bench. Jaden McDaniels had 22, and Dante DiVincenzo put up 21. The Thunder held a 90-85 lead after 3 quarters, but the Wolves pushed back with an 8-0 run late in the 3rd, capped by a DiVincenzo 3-pointer. Gilgeous-Alexander responded with a jump shot to regain the lead, then set up Williams for a slick 3-pointer while falling down. Williams hit another 3 to extend the lead to 123-116 with just over a minute left. The Wolves fought back with McDaniels' driving layup and late 3, cutting the lead to 123-121. Gilgeous-Alexander made 5 of 6 free throws in the final 15 seconds to close out the win, with Williams intercepting the final inbound pass as time expired. And now, here's your daily dose of sports lingo. What is the special chess move that both protects the king and activates the rook? Castling is a unique move in chess where the king and the rook move simultaneously. The king moves 2 squares towards the rook, and the rook jumps over the king to the next square. This move is strategically important because it helps safeguard the king from attacks while also bringing the rook into a more active position. It is the only move in chess that allows 2 pieces to move in 1 turn, but it can only be done if neither piece has moved before and if the path between them is clear. Now, knowing when and how to castle can make the difference between defense and victory in a chess game. Now it's time for our off-court buzzer. National University's Bella Belen leads a crowd of 60 aspirants for the 2025 Premier Volleyball League Rookie Draft. The league dropped the initial list after the lottery with a combined set for May 30 to 31 at Paco Arena. The draft combined, rather. Capital One holds the number 1 pick and is eyeing Belen, followed by Galleries, Farm Fresh, and NextLed. NU's Belen is joined by teammates Sheena Toring and Erin Pangilinan. The UAP lineup includes stars from Adamson, Ateneo, De La Salle, FU, UST, UE, and UP. NCAA Season 97 MVP Micah Go of St. Benilde is also in the mix, along with Arellano University's KC Adante, Cherry May Cuenca, Pau de Guzman, and Nenita Padua. Other notable names come from Letran, EAC, GRU, LPU, San Beda, San Sebastian, and Perpetual Health. 5 Filipino-Canadian players joined the draft pool, while Rose Joy Pinuela, at age 40, is the oldest aspirant. The draft class shows a strong mix of young talent and experience. Now the list is provisional and may change after qualifying rounds and document verification. And that's our roundup for tonight, the 27th of May. Up next, we get to know one of the NCAA's best middle blockers, Zamantha Nolasco of the Benilde Lady Blazers. When we return right here on The Scorecard. Welcome back to The Scorecard. She is one of the leading candidates for Best Middle Blocker in NCAA Season 100 Volleyball. Let's get to know College of St. Benilde Lady Blazer, Zamantha Nolasco. Zam, maraming salamat sa oras. Zam, syempre napapanood ka namin do your thing for Benilde as a middle blocker dominating the court, but we want to take this opportunity na mas makilala ka pa as a person. Sino ba si Zam Nolasco off the court? So to start things off, Zam, tigasan ka ba at paano ka nahilig sa volleyball?
I'm from Batasan Hills, Quezon City po.
Okay.
And nung high school po, doon din po ako sa Batasan Hills National High School nag-start mag-volleyball. Grade 9. Parang that time po nung high school, parang sinasabi ko na sa sarili ko, parang gusto ko mag-try ng sports. Pero nung 7 and 8, parang nag-focus muna ako sa ACADS. And then, there is one coach na sobrang nagpupumili talaga na mag-try out ako sa kanila.
Okay.
Pero dinidecline ko kasi every time na... kasi parang hindi pa ako handa and ready na mag-try nga ng sports that time. Kasi parang natatakot ako kasi wala nga akong alam, ganun. Tapos, ayun, palagi niya akong niyayaya na, try mo lang, ganun, kapag nagustuhan mo, tuloy-tuloy na. Tapos, ayun, nung summer, doon na nag-start. Sobrang hirap at first, parang sumusuko ako. Tapos, every time na hindi ako nagtitraining, parang pinupuntahan talaga ako ng coach na yun sa bahay namin. As in.
Sino ba yung coach na yan? Pwede ba natin ma-shout out?
Ayun po si Coach Garen. Ngayon po, wala po kaming contact eh.
Okay.
Pero thankful ako sa kanya kasi parang siya talaga yung naging way para kung nasan ako ngayon. Hindi niya ako sinukuan talaga. As in, from zero talaga, chinagan niya ako.
During grade 7, grade 8, were you already tall? Kasi ngayon, you're listed at 6 feet tall. Yung parents mo ba, matangkad?
Yung parents ko po, matangkad din po talaga.
Okay.
And yung mom ko is 5'6", 5'5", ata. And yung dad ko is 6'2".
6'2", okay.
Yes.
Were they also into sports?
Yes, yung papa ko hanggang ngayon nag-basketball ata.
Okay.
Tuwing Sunday nag-basketball.
May mga players ka bang pinanood that inspired you to try?
Dati nanonood ako ng UAAP, like yung Ateneo, sila
Sino mga players nun?
Sila Madi.
Madayag.
Sila na nun. Tapos yun, parang dun na rin ako na-inspire na mag-try talaga ng volleyball.
So si Madi ba is one of the players that you pattern your game after? Kasi middle blocker din si Madi eh.
Yes. Siya, parang that time kasi ina-idolize ko siya. Yun.
Okay. Nice. Shout out to Madzilla, Madi Madayag, who was also our guest here on the show. Ano yung feeling na, syempre, when you came in, defending champion yung Benilde, tas syempre si Mitch Gamit, di ba? Sobrang galing din ng middle blocker. Paano mo in-adjust yung sarili mo na, maipakita kay Coach Jerry, kay Coach Onyok na you deserve to be part of this team?
Wala naman po kasi sila ate din po kasi that time parang hindi rin naman nila kami pinipressure and siguro tinuturuan kami in process eh. Like sa mga leagues na sinasalihan namin that time, siguro doon din nag-mold yung skills ko.
By the way, were there other schools that were trying to recruit you or was Benilde the first one na lumapit sa'yo na sumali ka dito sa Lady Blazers?
Yung sa UAP po, sa FEU, pero parang mas pinili ko po na mag-go through here sa Benilde.
Bakit mo naman pinili na Benilde?
Kasi po, kilala ko na po noon sila Ate Mitch and may connection na din po kasi talaga kami. Like sila Coach Jerry po. Kilala na po. Po rin kasi parang galing din po akong KMS, Kings Montessori. And kay Coach Onyok po.
Onyok
Yes,
sa Kings.
sila
Correct.
po.
Oh, I see.
Ayan po.
I see. Kings ba yung yung first competitive and organized volleyball mo?
Opo.
I see.
Sila po.
Okay. Zam, let's talk about itong season 100. This is a crucial season for Benilde kasi yun nga, nag-graduate na yung mga ate nyo. Sina Chloan, sina Mitch, sina Jade, sina Gail, nasa pro level na.
Yes.
So kayo yung, kumbaga, you have the responsibility na maipagpatuloy yung legacy. Are they still in communication with you, giving you advice na
Yes.
ituloy? Kamusta naman yun?
Opo. Minsan po kasi pag morning, andito po
Okay.
sila nagtitraining,
Okay,
yung Zeus po.
okay.
Kaya yan, minsan nagkakaroon din po kami ng kamustahan.
Ano yung pinaka-importanting lesson na nakuha mo sa kanila na up to now, ginagamit mo pa rin as a student athlete?
Siguro yung during crucial game
Okay.
na parang wag masyadong mag-pressure sa sarili mo. Wag ka ma-pressure sa labas or basta mag-focus ka lang sa game mo, and ayun, parang nakaka-help din kasi kung paano sila maging patient sa teammates and sa game na meron kami.
Zam, this season, looking at the stats, you're number 1 in terms of the best middle blocker. And dito naman sa Benilde, alam natin, historically, magagaling yung mga middle blockers dito. We go back from the time of Pangs, Janet Panaga, nag-champion din yan. Siyempre, time ni Mitch Gamit. Ngayon, ikaw naman, yung talagang tinitignan as one of the top middle blockers. How was your preparation for this season individually, knowing na kailangan mo mag-step up?
Same lang naman po kami kasi nang ginagawa sa training. Like lahat kami nahihirapan during training, and siguro sa skills, andun na rin po kasi yung willingness ko na mapakita pa talaga kung sino po talaga ako.
Eto, I want to talk about yung adversity na pinagdaanan nyo kasi 43 straight wins, yung Benilde Lady Blazers, and then for the first time, natalo kayo sa Letran. How did that affect the team's morale? Kasi syempre hindi kayo sanay matalo eh.
Ayun, after that game kasi parang lahat kami, ang lungkot, tas ang bigat sa feeling. Tas yun po, pero day by day naman po, parang pinagtatrabahuhan namin na bumalik lang talaga sa sistema and sa eagerness namin na manalo ulit.
Yun.
And ayun, nagtuloy-tuloy naman po. Siguro, isa din yun sa nakapagbigay talaga sa amin ng malaking lesson and experience na rin na mas okay na siguro na naranasan namin yun nung first round kaysa naman sa huli na. And ayun, mas na-handle naman namin ng maayos.
Zam, this is your 3rd season now. Naka-experience ka na ng 2 championship. Para sa'yo, ano yung nakikita mong pagkakaiba dito sa version ng Benilde Lady Blazers?
Siguro yung maturity din nung dala-dala ng seniors namin last year and sa ngayon kasi parang this season kasi baguhan lahat eh. Halos lahat sa amin baguhan na ilan lang po kami yung naka-experience ng championship last year, and yun nga po, puro bago yung players, and siguro isa din po yun sa nagbigay sa amin ng challenge kasi kung paano nila i-handle yung game and yung league na meron nga sa NC.
Kung hindi volleyball, Zam, ano sa tingin mo yung ginagawa mo sa buhay?
Nag-aaral lang po.
Nag-aaral
Siguro
lang.
flight attendant. Ganun.
Flight attendant.
Opo.
Well, pasado ka na doon in terms of the height. Oo, kasi syempre isa yun sa mga requirement. Do you see yourself one day maybe joining the draft, and if ever, sino yung mga gusto mo maging teammate sa pro level?
Siyempre, yung previous teammates ko po, sila Ate Clo. And siyempre, na-miss ko na po kasi yung set ni Ate Clo and yung banding namin sa loob ng court nila Achi Jade and Achi Gaile. Siguro yun. Gusto ko pa magtuloy-tuloy.
So, hindi mahirap kausap si Zam with regards to sino magda-draft sa kanya. Alright. But Zam, we wish you the best, and thank you so much for the time at mas nakilala pa namin ng husto dito on the Scorecard. All the best this season 100.
Thank you po.
Thank you very much.
Up next, a rivalry heating up, a building ready to erupt. Tyrese Halliburton looks to settle the score, but Jalen Brunson and the Knicks aren't done yet. Who steps up when it counts? We're about to find out. So you can keep your eyes on the prize. Welcome back to the Scorecard. It's time to keep your eyes on the prize. All right, here we go. Game number 4 in Indiana. This was the scene in game number 1. The Eastern Conference Finals is suddenly a series again. And if you are this guy, Tyrese Haliburton, you're probably not sleeping so much because let's be real. This thing, it's on him right now. Indiana was up 20 at home. Shirts flying everywhere. That said, vroom baby. The ghost of Reggie Miller probably smiled somewhere in that first half. And then, poof! The Knicks didn't just come back. They dragged the Pacers back to earth. Karl Anthony Towns, who looked like he was auditioning for a 30 for 30 called Redemption by Ice Pack, put up 20 in the fourth quarter alone. And Haliburton, he looked tired, slow, like the moment got a little too big for him. Now after the game, Tyrese owned it. And he said he walked the ball up too much, didn't play with pace, didn't get downhill. And listen, I love this guy. He's the best passing point guard since Prime Rondo with a better jumper. But when the Knicks blitz you with playoff intensity, you can't let the game slow down because that's their tempo. Thibs went into his mad scientist bag in Game 3. He benched Josh Hart, who was kind of everywhere, and then nowhere to be found in Game 2. And started Mitchell Robinson. And even with Brunson in foul jail for most of the night, the Knicks, they found their groove. Towns was the closer, Hart was the glue guy, and Brunson was just good enough when it mattered. Now the scary part, that was probably the Knicks' best fourth quarter of the playoffs, and it came with 2 of their 3 best guys banged up. Tom Thibodeau even dropped the quote of the week. Mental toughness is greater than physical toughness. Something about how their medical team was voted the best in the league, which either means everyone's faking or there is some witchcraft going on in those bench towels. Now here's the thing. The Pacers, they've been here before. Remember what happened after Cleveland punched them in the mouth in Game 3. Haliburton showed up in Game 4 with a vintage performance. They shot the lights out. And then, they ended the series in Cleveland. So don't count this team out. And if Haliburton gets back to his tempo, the drag race style ball they've been playing all season, this is still their series to take. But watch out for Aaron Nesmith's ankle. He's the one guy who has been glued to Brunson. So without him, Rick Carlisle, he's going to need a prayer or Andrew Nembhard to turn into Gary Payton overnight. And of course, Towns and Brunson are both banged up. Game 4 is going to be about who limps less and who adjusts faster. So what's the headline here? It's simple. If Haliburton controls the game, Indiana ties a bow on this series heading into Game 5. But if the Knicks grind out another ugly win, if Cat summons another monster fourth, or if Brunson gets loose again, then well, we're suddenly talking about New York being 1 win away from the NBA Finals. 2 teams, 2 identities, 1 game to take the wheel. Buckle up, because Game 4 might just decide who gets the last word in the East. To stay ahead of the game as the battle for the playoffs heats up with high-stakes games, and here is your odds breakdown for tomorrow. And that wraps up tonight's preview so you can keep your eyes on the prize. Before we go, think on this. From one of the most decorated athletes in football history, a 5-time Ballon d'Or winner, UEFA Champions League record holder, and all-time top scorer for both Portugal and in international football, Cristiano Ronaldo, he once said, "We don't want to tell our dreams, we want to show them."
And with that, thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow on The Scorecard, where sports is our business and business is our sport right here on the Bilyonaryo News Channel. This has been Anton Roxas. Have a blessed evening, everybody. Good night.